All right. What's up, Ray? Um, Hope you're doing well. So I started looking into this coincidentally. Um, let's check some stuff out. So I just typed in micro weddings Orlando uh, earlier today. I was working on a Christie um, site and SEO. I took a break. I actually just I kind of remembered um, when you're and the Christie's Google My Business went down. She mentioned you had this business. So I just typed in micro weddings Orlando, Florida to kind of see where you landed. Um, this website is number one in yes, number one SEO for this, which is kind of funny because look, their publishing date wasn't that long ago. So there's probably a lot of room to become, number one for regular SEO and local SEO. For local SEO, man, you're pretty on point with the search term for micro weddings. Let me show you what I mean. You're number two. I would obviously capitalize all this um, just because it looks like everybody else's. It stands out in a different way. Maybe you meant to do that. Maybe micro and all lowercase letters. I could understand there being some pun there, but maybe I would just do it, just to have the format like everyone else's. You're the only person who's really offering micro weddings, though. These are wedding venues, both of these people. Uh, and then a few people outrank you and come in between this. This is a blog post we're going to get into later. This Elope in Orlando. This is the first regular SEO or just regular search engine result. It's not an advertisement. And then there's the three pack, is where most people look. You're number two in a three pack just because of the name of your business. You come right up, and I'll show you even more about what I mean by that. Um, let's keep going into it. And then these are some other people who rank for it as well. So just here in the area, and not obviously micro wedding Orlando. And then you guys are over here after this menu venue map site. I think that with just kind of looking around here, you could probably make your website number one, and then you'd be here where this Orlando date night guide is for even people who are outside of the area. When searching inside the area and you just type in micro wedding Orlando, your business comes up. This is the beauty of having what you sell in your business name. For right now, you guys come up for this without even a three pack, depending on where you are in Orlando. Um, so that's really, really good. I would do everything you can to, you know, keep this edge that you have right now. We'll get more into that. I'll talk. I got a couple cool things to show you, but I just want to show you that. So this is really good. Obviously, all the same exact stuff we have to fix, or we've been fixing, and and we need to fix still, and I'm still making improvements on the Christie's SEO for local SEO here. This goes the same for you, and there's tons of stuff here we could add and really make it stand out. Um, and make you rank better. But just because of your name for Micro Wedding Orlando in particular, 'cause I'm trying to get my head around this micro wedding niche. A little bit of research I did, people who are looking for micro wedding, they will find you. So that's really good. Um, your site's cool. I like your site. I like how you have the video up front. Maybe lowering the video size screen might be good. But this still frame in the video in the beginning of the video before the video starts, I think it is causing you to load a little slow. So I want you to keep that in mind. Um, Overall, the site looks good. We could obviously tighten a bunch of stuff up, modernize it. Um, but I really just want to go ahead and just congratulate you. I do like how this came out. the mobile view of your site is, this is really spot on. I do like it a lot. But obviously that we could shorten verbiage. We can, pump up your headlines, put some pictures. Yes, we can improve on a ton. But overall, I do like kind of how this flows. Um, in compared to a lot of people's websites when I first see them. I know you have a button here, right on top. Maybe just having that button say something more like pricing instead of for your budget, just so people know that, hey, just click here to see the price. This, I like this. We freshen this up, obviously, but I like how you have your prices, which is a little asterisk. That makes sense. Um, but it kind of gives people some roundabout pricing. This is really powerful stuff. The overall theme of this site's looks a little dated. You know, um, and there's a lot of things we can kind of do to spruce this up. Just make it a little bit more modern. But I do like your site. I mean, tons of room for improvement. But I like what you have here. Uh, just wanted to let you know that I would already kind of click through your site. I'm just going to keep saying the same thing over and over again. But like, see this? This looks kind of off in desktop view, and this is kind of hard to understand. This is vendor links. But this is what I mean by spruce up. There's tons of stuff we can spruce up here. This is kind of like a lot of verbiage. You know, you can make individual pages and stuff like that. But realistically, if we're looking at it on a cell phone, this is really nice. So really translated well to mobile. And for that, like I got to commend you. I definitely give you credit where credit's due. I like it. When I'd rather see a website that's more mobile friendly than desktop friendly nowadays. So really cool. This is another company that's like yours in Miami. Really similar style layout. They have a lot of the same mistakes on their website. But there's not really a lot of you guys in Florida who are advertising micro weddings in particular. Just wanted to kind of throw that out there. It's very similar setup in how they put their website together. And same thing, this looks a little off, but it's not horrible. But then just, boom, when you get into the mobile view, both of these are clean. And I'm sure both of you guys are seeing similar results because of this clean mobile. When people get on their phone, you know, this is clean on the phone. But yeah, so there's not that many guys even in the area offering it. You know, uh, when you search this, you're seeing a lot of venues. There's not a lot of people competing for micro weddings in particular. So that kind of got me thinking, man, why are there more people competing for micro weddings? Most of these are all venues. No one's doing this micro wedding service. So I started looking more into that. I found this guy in Miami, like I said. It seemed like he was kind of on the same level you were with everything, but just out in Miami. And this was the number one SEO for what you guys do. This is the number one result. Here, this is that blog I said we were going to get back to, Elope in Orlando. And this got me thinking, wow, there's a lot of room, not only for ranking in SEO, but this shows pricing for a lot of your competitors. If you scroll down, you'll see where people start. And these budgets run anywhere from I think 250 to you saw one for a few thousand. I already rolled through this. You saw how I found this page. If you want to go and look at the details more yourself, you can. But it shows, man, like your pricing is very competitive with what people are looking for. So if this is a business you want to bring more attraction to, you have decent SEO already. We tweak it so you can get you on more searched key terms. You might be able to grow this business, with not very much strong competition, at least not in compared to the Christie's artistry and design team business. There's a lot of people who are competitive in that space, and you can tell they're currently being competitive in the marketing space. So, what that brought me to is this is Orlando Date Night Guide, and this is wedding packages to elope in Orlando, which made me think, what are people really doing when they're getting a micro wedding? They're eloping or they're getting a budget friendly wedding. So we went to Elope Orlando, and there's not even a lot of people really competing for that, even, which is kind of cool. Um, See, there's so little people competing for the key term of this business, similar to yours, similar amount of reviews, similar everything, is what's ranking number one. So it's kind of cool. So this is called Google Trends. This is a really cool website. So micro weddings, micro weddings. That's a key term, a search term that people might search. And this is Google Trends. So what it does is it shows search history over Google. So this is pretty cool. So let's go look. This is from 2004 until now. In the United States, this is the pattern for micro weddings being searched all over the internet, but in the United States. So you could see it spiked in '04. It's been pretty steady, and now that trend is picking back up and leveling up at a higher point, just like looking at a stock market um, chart. So now you can look at this, obviously, in much shorter times. This is going to be the past hour. So you can see there's some searches happening all over the US for this. Um, let's look over the last year, because that's probably the most really relevant. So this is a pretty happening thing right now. As far as people are searching micro weddings. So people might be searching for this term. It's like kind of picking up traction. You could maybe call it a hot term. Not super hot, but I mean hot enough. I mean, you can see one of the states where it's picking up is Florida. So this is showing you the map of the U.S. and where the most people are searching for micro weddings. And Florida is one of the blue, highlighted states here. Number 5 on the list, but that's still cool, So now let's go to related queries, right? This is super hot. Wild social micro weddings. It's probably a company. You probably look them up. They are killing it. They're getting traction. They're trending right now, 110% up. When we go to rising to top, we'll be able to see what's been hot for a while. And this is going to help us understand what we're doing more. Micro weddings near me, micro wedding venues, micro weddings. So this is something I kind of noticed that there's some room here, and I don't want to put it like this, but let's go here. Let's take a look at what people are searching for. So this is Google says this is a related search to your wedding business. Micro wedding Orlando or elope Orlando. See how these Google says, hey, people who search for this also search for this. Well, also I've noticed when doing research here, cheap weddings, cheap elopement also comes up in this micro wedding search. Cheap wedding venues, free places to get married, small wedding venues. To be honest, a lot of people don't like associating any of their packages with the word cheap, but cheap gets searched on Google, and cheap will make you money. If you can actually hit that target market and there's enough search traction. So let's go back to Google Trends. So you can see cheap. And you can also go cheap wedding services. So you can see how, depending on if you add one word or not, your search term um, may or may not be as searched as much. So a lot of people search cheap weddings, not cheap wedding services. Let's take that out. Sorry, give me a second. Get that out of there. Go back and look at that a little bit later. So we're just going to compare cheap weddings to micro weddings. I just want to show you why I chose the verbiage. Bam. Look at that. Getting searched a little bit more and following literally almost the same trend, almost verbatim. So, maybe going after cheap weddings as a key term could probably bring you a ton of business. A ton of business. Let's take a look at the top things that go along with that. So we already came in here. We saw cheap venues or micro wedding venues. Micro wedding near me. Cheap weddings. Let's go down here. Boom. Cheap weddings, Las Vegas. Man, there was I think I clicked Florida. Let me see really quick here. Oh, hold on. Let's look at 5 years data and back over the U.S. But look, this is in Florida. How often it gets searched? Look, it's a pretty good amount. Lots of good peaks. It's actively searched in Florida. We're going to go to the United States. Hopefully, I'm not losing you too much here. There we go. Just wanted to show you some of these related queries that I found earlier. If I can pull up the same ones again. Well, for some reason, it's not just giving me the same results I had earlier. I might have switched the word up. I've done this before recording it, obviously. But another one that came up a lot in your business was cheap limousines for weddings. So I don't know. I noticed you had a old car package on your site in your packages, and if this ever picked up traction, getting a cheap limo is not very hard. This would pay for itself quickly if you had enough traction in the micro wedding budget, then you can make this classic car a limo, because that's actually searched for quite a bit. It was cheap limos for weddings. It was another search term that came up. I'm tweaking my trends here. Sorry, it's not exactly the way I did it earlier, but it is what it is. It might have been like Elope Orlando or something. Elope. Yeah, that's not it. Oh, we'll come back to this. We'll just do some preliminary stuff with you. But yeah, that's different. That's for local service ads. Okay. But yeah, so let's kind of just go over this. So just kind of looking at your niche, looking at your website, I think we could do tons of work on the website. We could make this smoother, run faster, be better for SEO. If we did that, you probably have a really good chance of not just outranking these people that are currently outranking you a little bit, possibly even getting to this number one spot above Orlando Date, Night God, because they got the number one spot off of relatively new content. So and there might be some room to navigate your way to the top of the list there. We can also make some new quality content like that. In the actual Google My Business section, there's tons of room for improvement. And then the basics, obviously, I would be the first person with a micro wedding. Google my business with like, go for 100 reviews, but then go for 1,000. You know, try to get those really big numbers. Yeah, that business will be number one forever. Yeah. So I just kind of wanted to show you what I did find. You know, let you know I did see your website was really pretty good in some aspects, but definitely the one thing I could say right away is we just probably need to update it, make it more modern. This just doesn't scream very modern. I could show you some examples, kind of things that I think we can move it to that you probably like. But maybe like just the overall redesign, and then do the SEO and everything um, while we're redesigning it. Let's see here. Consider maybe looking into some keywords you'd be interested in advertising for or fighting for. Um, Microwaving Orlando, it seems like you might have it in the bag. It just might not be as searched as often as you would like. You might need to start expanding our reach into cheap um, weddings Orlando, fast weddings Orlando, elope in Orlando, elope Universal Studios. See, a lot of people are searching for that. So just think about that. That this is the market. I'm not making up the market. I'm just showing you what I using the tools that I have. How I can assess the market space for you. And there is traction. There's traction in your space. There's room for improvement. This would be a project that would be maybe fun in the sense that who knows what it could turn into, just because it's a little Wild West. There's not many people fighting for that number one spot. So how if we were to get it, could we keep it and could we make it bring in a lot more traffic? Those would be the ideas. Like I said, the limos just came up so many other times the last time I was here in Google Trends searching for micro weddings. I thought I also did cheap weddings, and that was what had come up. But maybe maybe I don't remember the exact word I typed in. Yeah, this probably has a lot to do with it. Cheap wedding package. No, no, not enough search data for it. But well, I'll remember the key term and I'll show you. But it looked like that goes hand in hand in what's rising in interest as well. Just wanted to point that out. This is just some articles I was reading earlier. All right, well, it's good talking to you. Just to let you know, local services is a special kind of ad, something I was looking up earlier. Um, you guys only qualify for the beauty school part of your business, but they're very effective ads. I was hoping that there was something for makeovers or weddings, but this is the only thing you qualify for. So, all right, take care.